Welcome to today's webinar about unleashing the power of the guest portal. Within this session, we will discuss how to find new efficiencies with the guest portal for you and your guests. When the property is in peak travel season or the property is in high demand, the guest portal is a powerful feature which will help front desk staff manage daily demands by automating check-ins and empowering your guests to have more control over their stay. Before we begin, let's give some brief introductions. Arturo, do you mind introducing yourself?
Yes, I'm Arturo Harris. I'm one of the RMS Senior Training Specialists. I've been working in hospitality for more of 13 years. Today, my co-host will be Dylan, one of our amazing account managers. Dylan, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Certainly. Thank you, Arturo. My journey in hospitality began over 15 years ago, and it's primarily been in hotel management and vacation rental management with a focus on amplifying a positive guest experience. As Arturo mentioned, I am one of RMS's account managers.
That's great, Dylan. Thank you all for attending today's. We're so excited to show you some of the amazing features. But let's check with Dylan on what we're going to spec today.
Thanks again, Arturo. During today's webinar, we'll discuss some key aspects of the guest portal. For properties who have not yet used the guest portal, this will be an exciting opportunity to learn what the guest portal has to offer. For you all who are joining that already use our guest portal, you might learn some new tips and tricks or see features that you haven't yet leveraged. Our guest portal is a feature-rich model that allows your guests quick access to manage their own reservations. We'll briefly discuss its functionality, the benefits the guest portal can bring to the property, as well as show you some configuration options along with more customizable portal options. And lastly, we'll end with the user experience so everyone can get a look and feel at what your guests will experience within the guest portal. Now back to you, Arturo.
The guest portal can be used by guests to manage their reservations, make payments, update the contact information, complete registration prior to arrival, or check in and check out of the reservations. When I'm thinking about the guest portal, it reminds me a little bit of my bank portal. I can access my account, review balances, previous transactions, and access services such as uploaded documentation and directly messaging to my bank. For most of you guests, this tool is a simple and intuitive website, like other WhatsApp you encounter in your daily runtime. Now let's go to talk about the functionalities.
So the guest portal is a powerful feature of RMS and Solanas. In addition to check-in and check-out functionality, guests can update their contact information, add additional guests to the reservation, upload photos, and specify preferences. The feature functionality is controlled at a property level, so you can customize the portal on your property's specific needs and policies. Let's explore some of these options. Guests can conveniently manage their own reservations. So let's say, for instance, a guest's flight has been delayed. They can log into the guest portal mid-flight and update their estimated time of arrival. You can opt in to be notified of this change. Guests can also complete health declarations, update their details, and check in at the time of arrival. So let's say the front desk closes at 5 p.m. and the guest is scheduled to arrive after hours. With the guest portal, they can utilize the self-check-in option and sign off on health declarations or property policies even after the front desk has closed. In addition, properties can send and collect signed contracts and other documents from their guests. So if the property requires a copy of driver's licenses or passports at the time of arrival, the guest can easily complete this task at any time through the guest portal. Guest portal facilitates easy and secure payment transactions. So if you're integrated with one of our compatible payment gateways, a guest can log in and make a payment towards their balances at any point of the stay. The guest portal also allows for you to create upsell opportunities via requirements. This is one of my favorite benefits of the guest portal, and we'll talk more about upselling a bit later. But the guest portal gives you another opportunity to sell additional items or services to your guests before arrival. Guests can also customize their preferences. So guests can communicate to the property their preferences for their rental space based on furniture needs, any special occasions, their interests and hobbies, or even transportation needs. Arturo, I might have preceded myself by talking about benefits, so can you help us understand how our clients can benefit from enabling the guest portal?
Sure. The guest portal has many benefits. It saves you both the property and the guest time. It helps to grow to your bottom line. It delivers the latest global technology, minimize front desk lines, and automates contactless check-in and check-out. Dylan, what are some of your favorite benefits pertaining to the guest portal?
Arturo, in our busy seasons or during busy times, when we have a long line of guests arriving at the same time, it can make the check-in process a bit chaotic. The pre-check-in option on the guest portal will allow your guests to complete all the pre-arrival information prior to arriving to the property. And this will expedite the check-in process tremendously. On average, we've seen clients save about 4 minutes per guest check-in. Also, as we mentioned earlier, upselling items through the guest portal can turn a standard stay into an amazing experience and bring in additional revenue opportunities for your property. We're also consistently adding new features and functions, so the guest portal is dynamically evolving to exceed industry standards.
Now, Dylan, are you able to choose which functions the guest portal perform or the guest can perform on the guest portal?
Yes, Arturo, you absolutely can. Every property can customize the level of access and engagement with their guests. Since all our clients are unique, you can easily turn functions on and off within the guest portal based upon your preference and property needs, such as viewing reservation details, reservation cancellation, printing or emailing statements, making payments or charging credit card transaction fees, direct messaging to the property, and modifying guest profile information. Now, depending on when your rates are posted, you can also default payment amounts to the projected balance of the account. This is beneficial for properties who post nightly rates but like to collect the remaining balance at the time of arrival. You can even easily customize what a guest will be able to change or see in the portal, like viewing reservations. You can control how much detail is shown on the reservation, canceling reservations. So if you would rather the guest call to cancel, you can disable cancellations via guest portal. Reprinting invoices and statements. Your front desk will no longer have to leave a former guest on hold who needs an invoice or statement while they assist in-person guests. Making payments via an approved and integrated payment gateway. And there's so many more ways to customize guest portal features. Arturo, I'm feeling like everyone's really excited to see how the guest portal works. Would you be able to show us how to configure the guest portal?
Absolutely, Dylan. Let's jump into RMS. By menu, we're going to go to Setup. We're going to expand. We're going to go to Portal Access. Then we're going to go to Guest Portal. When you access the Guest Portal, it's going to take you directly to the general options. To activate the Guest Portal, simply check this box. Messaging. Select the checkbox for Enable Messaging. The Guest Portal messaging enables the quickly response between your guests and the property via the message center in RMS. This is extremely beneficial when the guests want to have questions about their arrival time, early check-ins, late checkouts, and options to reduce phone calls to the property. The display options will allow us to display your upload logo and show the greetings within the guest portal, headers to personalize the guest experience.
That's great, Arturo. So we know how to enable the portal and some of the features, but do we have control over the financial transactions in the guest portal?
Absolutely, Dylan. Now when we covered the activation, let's move to the accounting options. The accounting options selection provides you with the ability to customize which account information and functions are available for the guest within the guest portal. Click the box to allow credit card payments. You must be working with integrated gateway to process payments via the portal. From there, you can select the default payments to project balances of the account if that feature is enabled, or allow the guest to specify and choose which charges they will be like to pay for. It's important to notice if you're allowing the charge selection, the charge must be posted with the reservation account for selection and occur. Allow the to guests to print the emails themselves, copy the bill, or reprint any previously invoices. If you have multiple folios, you can choose and to show a breakdown of each account, choose to allow the guest to only see reservations account and not incidental folios or extras or sundry charges. If you're working with companies or travel agents um, who pay for the stay for the guest, you can choose to hide reservations totals on the bill when the feature is activated and is billed to the company or travel agent. You are not already collect deposits for the guest, select the box to show deposit required. Now, if your property type collect a security deposit, then enable to include the bond option. Just keep in mind that deposit and refundable deposits are different.
Oh, wow. That really does allow for introducing control over what our guests can do through the guest portal in regard to financial matters. I'm curious, and I'm sure the folks watching are curious, what else can be customized, Arturo?
Dylan, beyond the accounting controls, the guest portal also allow you to control around the check-ins via the portal. So let's discuss some of the pre-check-in features. The pre-check-in feature can be used to collect required information from agents prior to arrival or part of the express check-in services. Toggle this icon to enable the pre-check-in. Select the number of days prior to arrival to allow them to pre-check-in. Optionally, you can select a registration card. Please note that this feature to the registration card need to be created within the form letters section on the database. This registration card must be include the merge field digital regular signature. This letter must be assigned in the property with the property information options tab. Enter a confirmation text. This section is free from text entry that will allow you completion message appears when the pre-check-in process has been completed.
Now, Arturo, are there any payment conditions to complete pre-check-in?
Indeed, Dylan. In payment conditions configuration will be decide which payment amount required. There are several options here available. No payment or credit card required. Credit card token only will not take a payment, but it will create a token on the file. First deposit amount in the deposit bill with the rates which you will display it on the reservation account along with the due date. Balance of the account at the time they pre-check-in. Before we selecting this option, we want to consider how we're posting our rates. If your rates are posted nightly or not until the time of their arrival, then the account will not have any balance during the pre-check-in. The projected account balances is an accounting option that will include projection of the reservation account balances on the reservation screen. The projected balances will be displayed in parentheses next to current account balances of each account type, and it will include the total rate, requirements, add-ons, transfers on any receipts or credit notes on the reservation account. The total tariff amount is the total rate on the reservation. Now, regardless of the payments option selection, if the payment amount is in zero balance and would you like to capture a credit card, then toggle this icon.
Now, Arturo, what if I'm working with an online travel agent whom already paid for the room?
Dylan, that is a great question. Let me show you. Let's say you have an Expedia prepaid reservation and you like the guest to pre-check in, but not to make any payments. Then highlight the travel agents and use the allocate icon to move from include to exclude. But then if you like the guest to still have a credit card on file for incidentals, then toggle this icon.
Arturo, can you explain how check-in and pre-check-in are different?
Well, Dylan, check-ins has a few more features and more options. Now let's move to the digital check-in and settings the digital check-in provides. Pretty much provide paperless guest registration during the on-site check-in and is used with a digital registration card. Digital registration card needs some additional configuration in RMS. But then with this section, we will review the payment options and the travel agent exclusions. Self-check-in can be used to enable the guest to check in remotely without accessing the front desk agent. Toggle to icon to green to enable the self-check-in.
Arturo, if the property allows self-check-in, what happens if a guest tries to check in prior to the arrival time?
Dylan, that is not a question if, but more of when. So when you toggle this option here, now if you enable and guests attempted to check in early, it will only allow them to early check-ins if the rental number on the reservation is available and currently resides in a vacant clean status if we utilize in the housekeeping module. Next, you will highlight all the applicable rental types. And then you will allocate it to move from the pre-check-in to allow them to check in. Since we just discussed check-in features, let's transition to the checkout. The checkout feature allows the guest to update the reservation status to departure on their own by using the guest portal. This action will eliminate the need of our guests to visit the front desk. This minimizes man minutes for all the staff members. To enable this feature, check this box. We highly recommend it to enter in a disclaimer for checkouts.
Arturo, are guests able to self-checkout if there's a balance on the account?
No, No, Dylan, they cannot. The reservation account will need to be in a zero balance to use the feature. But remember, the guest can always make a payment through the guest portal to zero out the balances first.
And Arturo, what if I want to provide more information than the portal can hold? Is there a way to send guests to my website?
Absolutely, Dylan. The guest portal external links enable properties to add a custom menu options to the guest portal. They will be redirected to the guest to a specific website when they click it. Those can be anything guests can do in your local area, such as links to websites for partners properties, or any locations in your local business. Simply click in the ad, put the name and the URL, and save and exit. Guest profile settings. The guest profile settings will allow the property to keep up all the contact information to the guest with their reservation. And it will allow you to upload a photo if it's necessary. Will we allow the guest to access their own profile information? The next option will allow the guest to make changes in their profiles to update. Please keep in mind, within the field maintenance section, there is a section